In a world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical.
Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing another episode of 7 Days to Die on Alpha 18 Season 2. Now, that is the structure I have started building. I've gotten about half of this done, and this is Benetti? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. His idea on a horde base where you're doing more melee than anything else. But I have problems with it. I did a video talking about how the zombies are targeting the arrow slits, regardless of if there's a wood block over here and there's a steel arrow slit, they immediately go for the steel arrow slits. And then there's also the problem that these posts, which I wasn't like I have to use the post, but the post, the devs have decided that demo zombies do extra damage to these because if you put a quarter block up, they don't do nearly the same amount of damage to a quarter block that they do to a post. Now, I sort of agree that if you had this thin post, it shouldn't have the same stability as a 100 pillar. I can agree with that. The problem is it takes up the exact same amount of space in game, has the same amount of hit points. It's just the Zemo zombies see this and go, oh, I do big damage to this. And if I put a quarter block up that takes up the same amount of space, has the same number of hit points, oh, I do normal damage to this. That's the problem. These should have less hit points if they have less mass, as in they're not as protectant as a larger block. It just makes more sense to me. But so this base is I have to put this on hold. I need to do some redesigns. I was able to get them to stop attacking the arrow slits by putting holes underneath, and I thought it was just because there were holes. No, it's because that arrow slit bug that gives you the force fields, and I used those over at the entrance to my base, but I wasn't using them to say, don't attack here. I was using, and I can put a wall up. I could put a steel wall, would do exactly the same thing. But instead of putting a wall up, it was just like, I don't want you to walk here. I want you to walk along here and attack here. I could turn that into a solid wall of steel, and it would do exactly the same thing. It would just stop the zombies from pathing along here, along the edge and coming across. I just want them to path along this way. There are several different ways of doing it. This little pit with the arrow slits on it, yeah, it's Jawoodle's force field. But I kind of don't feel bad about using it the more that I think about it. Because if the devs are going to cheat and say this particular type of block that the players are using to defeat our AI isn't fair, so we're gonna make it so that block doesn't work, or the zombies are going to target that block regardless of if the block next to it is wood. We're gonna target the arrow slit because they're using the arrow slit in X way. I don't know if that's right either. If the developers should target a particular style of block in a particular way just because the players have found, hey, developers, your AI does this when I do this. I think you have to give the game players the ability to outthink your enemies. As in, okay, if a zombie was real, zombies are stupid. They don't have quote-unquote brains. Their brains are mush because they're dead, reanimated corpses. Oh, that's a real tree. We're going to do a tree farm today. While we talk about this, I need to put a tree farm up. The latest experimental has introduced the 1 hit point trees again in game. And when that goes live, if that bug is still in there, trees in your world, usually it's trees that you've already cut down, will regrow as 1 hit point trees. But it seems that there's a lot more 1 hit point trees in the world than there should be. And the best way to get around a 1 hit point tree is to build, to plant your own trees. So I figured I'll just put a quick tree farm out. Tree farms are nothing new. That's been in this game for ages, and I'm sure you guys know how to do it. We're just gonna, do it while I talk. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think that the developers of any particular game should have the ability to say, okay, so you've outsmarted our AI. We're going to make the AI so smart that it can detect information that you can't. So the zombie looks at this fortress and says that I calculate that going this path is going to take this much time or this length, and I have to go through this much material. Oh, wait, over here, the player forgot and didn't upgrade this one block, so it's faster and less material to go through if I beat on this block. How can a zombie see through? They have X-ray vision and see that there's a path there, or see that there's a path underground. So I'm going to dig instead of going through here because there's an easier path underground. Now, I understand that developers are trying to make the zombies difficult, but I don't think they should be so intelligent that they can basically, they're smarter than engineers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you're planting trees, you can plant a tree every 4 blocks. And I want to have an area around the blocks. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. So this is going to be a tree. All right, so there's my first planting, okay? And then I have to have at least 4 blocks between that tree and the next tree. See, if I wanted to go here, it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, I can put another tree. So that'll be the next tree. And this also will stop if when I'm running around just rapidly throwing plants down, that I stop getting the ones that are floating in the air. Sometimes there's like some reason it wants to float in the air, and you go to plant the tree, and then the tree either doesn't take or becomes one of those one hit point trees that are kind of bugged or something. It's to help me avoid that. That's the main reason for doing this. But it also looks nicer in my opinion, if I have to be honest. All right, so that will be that one. And this will be the idea. We're just going to go through, put down some plates. Probably going to need more plates. And I'm using a lot of wood to make this. I know it's kind of like, this isn't very efficient, is it? Couldn't you just go out and plant them every 4? Yeah, but this way I know, and it'll be so much faster when it comes to time to chop these down, how much wood I get and exactly where I'm putting the seeds. It'll work out better in the long run. But yeah, so I don't know if it's really cheating if we're trying to outsmart a brain dead zombie, and we find some way to outsmart that zombie, that's actually considered cheating. Somebody said that what I was doing was cheating by putting those underneath, and it turns out it really was. And what I look at that entrance over there, I'm not cheating. I'm just saying, hey, I want you to funnel in this way. And I can do it in several different ways. The pit was easier to make it happen. I could just put up a steel wall and do exactly the same thing. When I was trying to get the zombies to not attack the arrow slits because I was trying to build a horde base a certain way, in that case, I feel that I am abusing the AI, or that's what it looks like, that I'm abusing the AI because I'm saying, I don't want you attacking this because you're attacking this way breaks my base. or breaks the concept of what I'm trying to do here. And in that instance, it feels a little more cheaty. I don't know if that's the right word for it. It's just what feels like the right word for it. But I don't think that the developers, the Fun Pimps, should be able to, quote unquote, cheat to make the zombies smarter every alpha to defeat bases that we have come up with. I mean, isn't that part of the gameplay strategy, trying to figure out, so if I build, this base this way, oh, I found a way to make the zombies not attack, this way, or they want to come, they want to enter my base this way so that I can put out defenses. Let's take it into a real world scenario. Let's say the zombie apocalypse ends up to be a real world thing. Yeah, I know. I'm talking real world versus a video game. Sue me. And oh, I need more plates already. Let's do another 100. So I've studied my enemy and found that their primitive brains, or lack thereof, can't decipher that this entrance is the entrance that I want them to go to for X reason. So I found a weakness in my enemy. Is it cheating to utilize that weakness to defeat your enemy? I don't know. That's what war is. That's what tactics is. Trying to find a way to defeat your enemy in the most efficient way possible. Like the pit, the boombox over there. I love that build, and I don't consider the boombox cheating. That is, the zombies are trying to attack you. You can actually get hit in the boombox, either from spit below or a zombie jumping across it, smacking it. And the Grand Spartan was able to oh, did I mess that up already? I'm sitting here talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I might have messed this up. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did. Can I not? Oh, I can't take that out? No, I can't. Let's see. What's the best way to fix this? I don't think there is a way to fix this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can plant a tree, right? Oh, wait a minute. That's not broken. Why did I think that was broken? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It just wasn't letting me put a seed down. I thought maybe I had misplaced something. You don't need all these extra plates here. I just for the aesthetics of it, I want the extra plates here. I think it just looks better doing it this way. But yeah, I don't know if the fact that I'm trying to be smarter than a brain dead zombie is actually cheating. Now, I've used the AI loop bases at the beginning when I was first testing out the experimental, and it does help. You don't have to fight. You could just stand there, except for the vultures, do nothing if you didn't want to. But one, that's boring, and two, I consider that actually cheating. If it's a complete AFK base, why not just turn off the zombies completely? You could use a AI looping base to either just stand there and do nothing, or you can use it as an experience grinder as well. Let's do 200, because obviously it's going to take more. I might not get this complete today, but this is the basic idea. These trees right here, right across from my base, I can just come here, cut them down, and then quickly do. And the game won't try to put a seed here. It's only going to allow me to put a seed where there's actually an open piece of ground. So I can plant much faster and collect the wood faster. Is that cheating because I've created this farm? Is this tree farm a cheaty way of getting wood? No, it's a smarter way. It makes my gameplay more efficient. That's all that I'm doing. And I don't think that the things that we're doing with these bases are cheating either. I don't know if it's fair to think that maybe to say that the fun pimps are cheating because they're using arrow slits, so let's have the zombies target the arrow slits regardless if there's a wood block. It doesn't matter if the arrow slit's made out of steel because the players are cheating and using arrow slits to protect their traps. We should not allow them to do that. We need to make sure that the zombies attack those and break their bases. I think that's kind of low and cheaty in its own way. But I mean, they're the developers. It's their game. They can do what they want, and I understand that. I'm just a player. But I mean, isn't the idea that we're supposed to try to defeat our enemy, and isn't part of defeating your enemy is learning their tactics and trying to outsmart your enemy before they outsmart you? I mean, that's a basic idea of tactics. It's like, that, how else do we look at it? Okay, let's say the game was about vampires, and that the sunlight hurts vampires. And so you build a base that forces the vampires to come out into the sunlight. They have to go through a path, and that path exposes them to sunlight or a UV light. And you've created a tunnel that they have to go down to reach you. But to do so, they're going to kill themselves in UV light. Excuse me, sorry. Is that cheating, or are you using the game's mechanics to defeat your enemy? I mean, if the arrow slits didn't exist in the game and we created the arrow slit, I think I went one too far, and we created the arrow slits just so we could cheat, just so that we could protect our dart traps because, hey, I modded in, I created this other block. It is, it's a block that the developers did not add to the game, but I added to the game because I found that it makes the zombie. Yeah, one of those is wrong over there. I'll fix it later. But it makes it so that you don't have to do X, Y, or Z. So I created this block. Well, the developers gave us this block, the fun pimps. Oh, this is all wrong. I've been messing, I'm sitting here talking, and I'm not blaming you guys. It's my own fault by not paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah, I've been making this wrong. All right, so I need to make it right from here on out, or it's gonna keep getting worse and worse. I think this way I'm right. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's right. Question is, what's the best way to fix it? So those two are right. That's right. That's right. So the one that's wrong is actually here. That should be the outer wall, and then these should be the actual places to plant the next seed. So I'm going to leave those open. And I can, whoops, don't shoot it. I'll bust these out. And so the next time I go to plant, I'll just plant these in the right spots. Within a day, the trees will be high enough I can actually chop them down. And I'll turn this to my outer wall then. That's the easiest way to fix it. So yeah, I'm kind of torn. Is it cheating to outsmart your enemy using blocks that the developers have provided to us? I don't know. I mean, if the arrow slit block did not exist, then yes, that would be cheating. But the developers put the arrow slit blocks in and to provide us a way to put our traps actually behind the arrow slit block. That's the whole point. Let's get these lined up correctly. See, that one's right. That one's right. So yeah, I really messed these up. So, okay, that's right. That one right there is wrong. And that means that one's going to be wrong. All right, perfect. Okay, well, not perfect, but at least now I've identified my mistake. And I'll try not to make the same mistake again. But yeah, I don't know if it's actually cheating if you're using blocks the developers have provided that they said, hey, we want this in our game. Oh, you know, and I understand the law of unintended consequences. Well, hey, we want to give this to you. Oh, wait, we didn't expect you to use it this way. This breaks the game. We're not going to let you use it. I don't think an arrow slit breaks the game. I think the arrow slit is a smart way of protecting your equipment from, you know, brain dead zombies. And I don't think the developers saying, okay, we've seen what you've done with the arrow slit, so now we're going to make the zombies target the arrow slit automatically. That's going to be their primary, hey, I want to go for this arrow, you know, this, because the developer said that the gamer has outsmarted our system. We're now going to target this because the developers told me to. I don't know if that puts me in the right feels. You know what I'm saying? If it's like good job, you defeated our system. Holy crap, I'm going through some serious plates. You defeated our system. Now we're going to make our system smarter, and the zombies are actually going to decide what they want to do when they want to do it. I don't think that's right. I've got a good start on this. I don't want to spend the entire episode over here. Plus, I'm sure you guys are getting tired of me talking about the developers cheating or the players cheating. So maybe we'll make a run to that far trader over there. I've got some stuff to sell. I had this up in my inventory, but I decided I wanted to get this tree farm. I'll finish this off camera, but there's the basic idea. Don't mess it up like I did. And I've seen other ones that are nicer and more protected, and this is the bare basic tree farm. At least in my opinion, that's the bare basics of it. I'm gonna grab my stuff and I'll get us to the trader. I'll bring you guys back when we get there. On the way there, I do want to let you guys know, I felt that the game was getting a little too easy. The zombies, I was killing them a little too quickly. It didn't feel as much of a challenge. So I've done two things. I set the zombie spawn on max alive to 64, from 32 to 64. And of course, I had to bring you guys in so I could run out of gas on camera because I love doing that. But yeah, I set it to 64 max alive, and then I bumped the difficulty up one notch. That's right, I've got the church to search. Maybe we'll run the church on the way back. I want to hit the trader first, though. This is a trader we haven't hit since the loot respawn or trader respawn day. So I want to see what he's got. But yeah, I went ahead and bumped the difficulty, and I also bumped the max alive. I did that before opening the game this morning, or the beginning of day 42. So I'm hoping it takes effect for this horde. I know that if you log out of the world or make changes, that sometimes they don't take effect if you're too close to the horde night. So I tried to make the change when I thought about it as early as possible. So I'm hoping it takes effect for the horde, which we're going to do, at the beginning of the next episode. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, we're almost here to the trader. There's no reason to do a cut. We're just going to go ahead and run to the trader. Maybe I should hit that barn. The barns over here are actually good places for loot too. But the church has got knowledge, and I'm hoping to get some particular books that I'm still waiting for that I don't have. Now, I was smart. Even before I left my base, I made sure to have the proper equipment on me. Ooh, let's see. I'll buy the can of sham. And it's cheap. I'm going to go ahead and buy all that. And I'll buy the yucca smoothie as well.
Hello, traveler.
Yeah. All right, let me sell all this stuff and I'll bring you guys back. Well, that went rather well, quickly. Now the question is, does he have anything I really want to buy? Now I've got my nerdy glasses on, so I'm looking at the better stash right now. It's a schematic I don't know, but it's also not one that I actually need. So I'm going to save my coinage for other stuff that I might want and or need. Darn, he doesn't have the books that I'm looking for. How about mod? No mod there that I want. And no. Okay. And then do you have volume? Nope. And he doesn't have any schematics or volume. Well, he might have schematics, but no, I'm not seeing any schematics. Resources, gunpowder, it's just a small amount. It's really not in my benefit. This though, I've got so much cement though. I don't know if that's worth it. 150 nitrate. I can collect the nitrate. Okay, glue is worth it. Duct tape is worth it. Do you have any springs? No springs. Okay, if we had springs, that would be worth it.
Y'all come back now.
Now, if I didn't already have a level 6 auger, or if I wanted to create one, that level 1 auger he has for sale in his secret stash is actually a good buy. Oh, one that I don't know, so I'll grab that. It's a good buy because you can buy it and scrap it and get the parts from it to make your own auger. So keep an eye out for those. Those are actually useful. But all in all, this trader was kind of a bust.
Y'all come back.
Yeah.
Now.
I'll come back, but hopefully you have better stuff next time. I mean, seriously. I know. It's like a petulant teenager, but let's go ahead and drop that off. And you. Oh, needle and thread. I got that done, huh? Well, what does that give me? Needle and thread. I can craft military clothing now. What level? I can only do level 1 because it's light armor. I'd have to boost my light armor ability. See, I like that armor. To me, it's some of the best armor in the game. I have a few pieces of it. Actually, except I think these are military boots. So I've got military armor. It's just a mishmash of what's good and what's bad. And most of mine is kind of poor. I mean, not really bad. It's just not high quality, though. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think I want to hit the church because the church has all the bookcases and stuff in there. And I'm really hoping to finish off some of the knowledge books. Oh, and the changes coming to the game once the most recent experimental becomes live really interests me. The bleed becomes a major ability, but I don't think I'm going to respec to... I mean, I know I respec so that I could be better in explosives, and but I didn't change my primary weapon. My primary weapon is still my sledgehammer in this playthrough. I think when I start another season, though, I want to try using the agility again. And, oh, hello, goodbye. Agility again, but this time go for the bleed side of it with knife. because bleed gets some, there's higher stacks of bleed that you can do now. And then the bleed effect puts a debuff on the zombie, making it so that they can't move as quickly, slows the zombies down. Gives you, even if you're just using a knife, gives you the ability to actually fight the zombies. I am going to take a few, we only have a few left. I need to restock my first aid kit. So let's go ahead and eat. And I'll go ahead and use the yucca smoothie. Really good drink. Drop that there. Okay. Let me check and see if the books have respawned in here. How recent was I in here? Because I don't even see any zombies. This must have been one of those run-throughs where I was just like going through extremely quick. No. These are all been searched. Just to make sure I didn't miss any bookcases the last time I was here. They're not going to have anything. This was a good spawn, though. The time that I came in here, look at all those bookcases. So, right, this one only has one, but that other one over there had, 3 or 4 in one, which is really nice. Okay. I wanted to check the bookcases. If those had respawned, they would definitely have been worth it. All right, let's go ahead and jump out, start the quest real quick. Let me out. Thank you. Yeah. Now these zombies are going to be harder. Going to take extra hits to take down. How much harder, I don't know. Oh, he still got his head taken off. Maybe I need to pump the damage a little, the difficulty a little bit higher. Any more zombies in this area? Or are you going to let me loot? They're going to let me loot. Nice. All right, start over here. Oh, God, that's a bad sign right there. I already know those. Good ones, though. Those are really good books to find, recipes to find, if you didn't already know them. But the lack of searchable bookcases there, that hurts. Oh, man, another... Man, this is not a good spawn. Good knowledge in them, but... Yeah, horrible number of bookcases. Ooh, yuck. Well, I mean, it was knowledge, just wasn't knowledge I could actually use. Silence of the Lambs. Now this one I'm going to use because the bones I can get from it. Kill some boars. Yeah, that one's worth it to me. Silence of the Lambs. What is this one? Kill a screamer zombie. Yeah, why not, I guess. I don't need the paper. I do make shotgun shells, but I'm not using the... Now, the shotgun is really nice. Speaking of shotgun. It's still a really nice weapon, but it's definitely a more up-close and personal weapon. Because the developers put that hard block in there that you have to be within 10 meters for it to do any damage whatsoever. Don't walk on your friend like that. That's not nice. Spider zombie. Oh, you made me break that coffin. Stupid spider zombie. Alright, so I got what I needed. I could leave if I wanted. But of course, I'm going to continue to loot. But man, that coffin, that hurts. Now, the next time I get this as a quest area, it'll just respawn, so it's not that bad, but still. But scrap, because that'll scrap down really well. Looks like another spider zombie over there. Who just broke free of whatever was holding him up. Is there? Yeah, there is. Okay. Oh. Loot's not so good today. Now, if you want some stone, if you're short on stone, these stone piles are good. There's 200 stone there. And that quick, though. That's actually worth it. Ooh. Is that going to be another 100 stone? That was 100 stone for that tiny little pile. Okay, those are better than I thought they were then. Because even the tiny little piles are 100. That's quick stone right there. You could also dig these out to get stone and sand pretty quick. You know, if you're really hurting on resources, because this area respawns, you can hit this up real quick. So just that little bit and got 500. Not bad. I mean, it's not amazing. It's not going to be like, oh my god, this is the best way to get, you know, stone and rocks. But if you are hurting, if you're getting kind of low and you're running through a POI anyways, you might as well get the resources that they're, you know, basically gifting to you. So far, the zombies don't seem that much more difficult. Maybe I should try my weapon. See if they go down the same number of shots. Six. Oh, it takes more hits to take this guy down. 2, 3. Yeah, 3 instead of 2 shots with the 9. So I'll be using more ammo. Ugh, yuck. I guess that does make it a little bit more difficult. And this weapon a little bit better because it takes the zombies down even faster. Reload. Always reload that weapon. Anytime you hear that click, that is like the worst sound when you're using the one of the rifles. That means you've left yourself run out of ammo and the zombie's going to get a hit on you. Let's go ahead and just use that and I'll leave the light. Since I don't have to do a full clear, this is now I'm just kind of running for the loot upstairs. I'll take up zombies that are in my way on the way up, but hey, quick. As I say, next one's gonna be quick. Okay. Now there are a lot of zombies in that central area. Edgar out quickly. Ooh, this should be interesting. There are a lot of zombies coming. Kept missing her head. Okay, so at this difficulty level, this weapon actually does take it versus the 9mm. I can dispatch the enemies faster with this one. As long as I can hit them in the head. The 9mm is better as a spray and pray weapon. Get several shots in on a fast-moving target. Oh man, these guys make so much noise. You think that's like a bigger zombie or a group of zombies with as much noise as they make, and it ends up being just this one little crawler. I know there's this. Oh, actually, there can be some books up here. I know there's a safe in here, but that safe usually doesn't give me anything good. We'll try it real quick, though. This auger kind of melts it, so it's gonna be actually a quick run. Anything good? Oh, not bad. That's worth a sell. Especially if I repair it, it's worth a sell. Oh, no. See, I'm here for knowledge. That's the big thing. And I'm not getting any good knowledge. At least I'm have better loot chances. There's at least 3 in here. Okay, well, I mean, at least I had better chances of finding something. That's right, I had 2 of them. I didn't finish it. I already knew that one. Recipes. Scrap that down. All right, so 3 vultures, and that should be it. I'm not sure if it's like an impossibility that a zombie can spawn up here, but I have yet to see a zombie in this area. Two to 3s. There's not always 3 up here, but I have seen 3 up here in the past. All right, let's go for the major loot. Save a little bit of time. I mean, it is Horde Day. It's 4 o'clock on Horde Day, and I'd like to get my tree farm done before Horde Day if I could. Plus, I need to fix. Hopefully, I can fix some of it. Let's see. I don't think it's worth a sell, but we'll see. Oh, yeah. I'll take a meat stew. That's actually, you know, decent. And let's melt this one over. This takes a little bit longer, though. And that quickly, we are in. Decent. Is that my first SMG that wasn't a turret? Might be. Scrap. Now, I know there was an issue where the SMG was less powerful than pistols, but supposedly they fixed that? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen enough SMGs to be able to tell you. This is a good one. All right, I got a chance of a better pistol. Let me look at this. Modify. Take you off complete. 45, 43. One less, so a little bit slower. Yeah, a little bit slower and 1 less magazine, but 2 extra damage to start off with. So it looks like I have a new pistol. Yeah, I can't put an 8x scope. I can't put a 4x scope on. Oh, because I have the reflex. Now can I put an 8x scope on it? No. Can't put a 4, but I know I can put a 2. All right. That'll be my new pistol. I'm going to go ahead and repair it. Go and use the repair kits that I have to repair all my equipment. I have a couple extras, but I'll deal with those later. And that gives me another pistol to sell. Oh, I hate this one. I always feel like I'm going to fall there. And if you guys haven't seen it, there is actually a quick way to get down from here. Just go to the side right here. And you just push yourself against the wall. You'll bounce off a little bit. It saves a little bit of time. Makes things go a little faster. That I'll take. And you know what? Since I'm here, and I know this is going to reset. Let's go ahead and wrench you down for your parts. I'm pooping something out. What am I pooping out? Headlight, short iron pipe. Take that. Scrap that, and then take the headlight. That works good. All right, guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode here. And I'm going to go back and work on the tree farm prior to the start of the Horde. I've been Critical. This has been 7 Days to Die on Alpha 18 Season 2. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.